On the previous episode of Sailing Free Spirit, we completed our 7 days of rest on the Caledonian Canal and arrived at Neptune's Staircase, where a quick oil change was done in Banner V. Our desire to descend was hindered by a broken bridge, and so we took the opportunity of a lifetime to climb Ben Nevis, which apparently a million other people did too. We finally made our way down Loch Line and arrived at Kererra Island, Oban Marina, where we enjoyed some more luscious greenery and got a little bit muddy too. And in this episode, we turn back north and head west. This morning we decided it was time to back out of Oban Marina after a lovely few nights on the pontoons to head off to anchor in Loch Line for the night. As we passed the lighthouse on Lismore, the only breath of wind we felt was being created by our own motor speed, and there appeared to be a lot of sailors out and about, and more than one of them was having engine troubles.
Started at Coast Guard, Open Lifeboat. Yeah, believe it, having visual. Over.
This yacht had his sails up, but was making no headway and had called for help.
Open Lifeboat, this is Stormy Coast Guard. Roger, that's all received. Many thanks.
The skipper was very pleased to be towed back to Oban as we continued west, where we met some lovely new friends.
Did you see what I saw? Not just one dolphin, at least 20 of them. I've got splashed. There we go, there's another one. Awesome, there's at least 20 of them around here. Oh, that was a proper jump.
After showing off their skills, our new friends left us, and so we turned north into Loch Line, making sure to avoid the Calmac ferry, which was about to create the only real waves we'd seen that day. I don't know what that is, but it appears to be a big pile of salt underneath a dripping tap. So there you go. That's what they do in Loch wherever we are. But we've decided we're not staying here tonight. There's no facilities. There are pontoons. And there's moorings as well. There is an option to anchor, but we've decided Tobermory. Well, I've decided Tobermory is the place to go. So that's where we're off. And so we turned about and headed out of the loch, once more avoiding the Calmac ferry. Well, the weather came in. It got very cold and cloudy quite quickly. So I've come down for a coffee. Left Nina up there on the helm. I didn't get that much shelter though. I was pretty quick to join the Dolphins once more, and this was just as the weather cleared up and we arrived in Tobermory. Well, good morning from a very beautiful sunny Tobermory. Lovely little place to come and stay. Some really nice houses, and as you can see, a really quiet and green anchorage. Not anchorage, pontoons. You can take a mooring buoy if you want to, but we like to be able to get ashore and get water and diesel and stuff. So we're hoping to get to a place called Staffa today. Staffa has got some real nice natural arches apparently, So we're looking forward to get to them, and then hopefully after that we'll probably end up motoring because there is no wind and a lot of heat today. We'll end up at Iona, and we're going to anchor just underneath the south of Iona, because what little winds are coming should be from the north, and we should be nice and safe there from the winds at least. Not that I think we need to hide from any winds at all at the moment. So what have I done this morning? I've filled up with water. I got the shower working inside, that was nice. And while I've been fixing showers and generally being lazy, Nina's been out on the shop.
Scottish strawberries.
Scottish, nice.
Scottish
bananas.
Scottish bacon. Quite a lot of plastic, unfortunately, but I made the mistake of going when I was hungry. So.
Well, that'll replace all the stuff that went wrong in the larder cupboard, won't it? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And how was your shower this morning?
My shower was Icelandic. There was no temperature at all.
And did you still have to pay for your shower?
Yeah, I paid £2 for it.
£2 for a cold shower. Whereas I managed to get the one working on board and basically used a heck of a lot of water. And as we wave goodbye, we get to see what the big blue has got in store for us today. I think the reality is the big blue's not got a lot of wind for us today. Motors on.
Mashed avocado and egg.
Yes, I do.
Fresh bread, yum yum.
Thank you. We're sailing in the most relaxed way that we possibly can. Feet up. One hand on the wheel. Another eye on the Windex and one eye on the water. Nobody else is out today. And thankfully the mist has cleared. As you can see, it's a little bit misty out there, but it's avoided us. It's just nicely over the land. What's that? That's radiation fog, isn't it, that, when it's over the land? The cool air coming from the north, going onto the warm land, going up, expanding, and out comes all the water moisture. And here we have Treshnish Islands, which look just chiselled flat. Due to the mist, we didn't go to Staffa as planned, but we chose instead to take anchor just off Gometra. It was obviously not a unique idea, but at least we found some sunshine. It gets easier. Apparently. The first 35 metres of that are very easy because it's 8mm chain and it fits in the windlass perfectly. The second 35 metres of chain are supposedly 10mm, but it doesn't fit the windlass, so I think it's some strange imperial, but then again I did get it for 25 quid off a guy on eBay. But now I had to pull that up by hand, so I am, oh yeah. Nina has adopted the no hands approach to steering. As you can see, the water is just flat and the wind is negligible. And right behind us there is the anchorage that we stayed in. Beautiful little place. Nothing much to report from the night. There was no anchor slipping. There was there was a few strange noises, but we managed to sleep through them. And this morning our neighbours got up early and left, and then we got up and left. And now we're just going a short hop just across the water to Staffa. And apparently in Staffa they've got some beautiful natural caves, which we're going to anchor up right next to, and then hopefully take the little dinghy in. What do you reckon? Yeah?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Just to the side of the shrouds you can see what looks like might be a bit of a cave or a shadow. Anyway, that's where we're going. The weather was hot, the sea was flat, and what we were about to see was absolutely amazing. The shape of this rock and the way that it was formed was just stunning, and it was really exciting to be able to go and to row inside this cave. There was loads of people here coming to look at this, and it's not surprising. Highly recommended. It's really similar to the Giant's Causeway. I wonder if it's kind of part of the same rock formation. Sadly though, the great weather was due to turn somewhat worse.
The general situation: central and southern parts will remain very warm or hot and humid, and with various thunderstorms moving northwards to affect some areas, bringing temporary gusty conditions.
And so with those gusty conditions and thunderstorms to look forward to, we headed on past Iona. Alright, we've got enough wind for the jib, the main, we've got the mizzen up, we've got all the sails up, and we've got them all at maximum. And we're heading along with 11 knots of wind, making 5 knots of speed through the water. A little bit of tide is helping us as well. And we're heading over to one of those lovely little beach hidey holes. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you possibly the most perfect anchorage I've ever found. It comes complete with, oh yes, litter on the beach, but that's, you know, standard. But my goodness me, there's a waterfall! That's either going to be lovely or really loud all night. And we are in a cove of, what, I don't know. Malcolm's Point. I've left Nina on board while I come and examine what the waterfall has to offer. And these rocks, all of these dark rocks, are so warm. The sun has been shining on them all day. And they're really, really warm. But let's see what the bottom of the waterfall's like. Alright! Check out the swimming pool! Woo! Amazing! And there's my Anna, a view from the free shower room! There's a croc. Not a crocodile, thankfully. I decided it was time to do a quick beach scavenge, and I filled the dinghy with my bounty and then headed back to Moyana.
Well, we've got the shipping forecast and we are on our way from Mull, where we were here at Malcolm's Point, and we're going to go southwards between Islay and Jura, and we can see how narrow this channel is, and we know that there's quite strong streams on both sides of the islands as well, so obviously it's going to be pretty interesting. So how do we know all that? Well, if we looked in the almanac, we saw the Sound of Islay says that the stream is 1 hour before high tide Dover north and 5 hours and 15 minutes in the southerly stream, and it goes at 5 knots. So you have to sort of look at the tide times for Dover and work backwards to find out when the strongest stream is. And we're going south, so we will be aiming to get there at the start of that area where the tide with us, and that'll be around about 1 o'clock today.
There are dry moments of maths, tide tables and planning, but then there is joy. So let's have a few moments of indulgence as we capture a pod of over 100 dolphins on camera. So amazing. Well, we're heading towards that bank of clouds there, and I'm really rather hoping that by the time we get there in a couple of hours the sun has burned that mist away.
Summer fog tends to get thicker as the day goes on because the heat helps water evaporate more quickly, and because there's little wind it's not moving either, so it might actually get thicker.
So we'd better put our warm clothes on then. Well, we've had the fun of the dolphins. We've got some sunshine there. As you can see over there is a whole load of misty, foggy nastiness. So I'm going to put up the Furdell Blipper, which is a radar reflector of some description. Apparently it's not one of the better ones that you can get, but it's not one of the worst either. And being as it cost me nothing, I'm going to put it up because it's better than nothing. Goes up there on these. I'm just going to simply tie them onto this and then hoist them up my flag mast. It's not the best setup, I know, but I'd rather have that up than nothing. And you can see the radar transmitter up there. Next job is to plug in the screen for that. We don't have this out here all of the time, and we don't use it all the time because it will suck the life out of the batteries. And yeah, and we just put it downstairs when we don't need it. I just need to plug in the power and the antenna. Right, well that's the power on. Let's have a look, see if it powers up. It made the appropriate beeping noise. And finally, in the preparation for going into fog and mist, we got the bell. I also have a horn which works. So yeah, think we're covered. Now all we need to do is navigate properly. Oh, there's the horn, and I thought it was Herbie trying to get past us. Nina, does the bell work? Yes, it does. Okay, so why the bell? Well, Colregs, the rules for preventing collisions at sea, has Rule 35. It says, if aground, a vessel shall give a bell signal and, if required, the at anchor gong signal as prescribed, and shall, in addition, give 3 separate and distinct strokes on the bell immediately before and after the rapid ringing of the bell. Of course, we were not planning on running aground, so why the bell? Well, the same rule also states, vessels less than 12 metres length overall are not required to use any of the sound signals required for vessels in restricted visibility. That's fog. They also can make some other efficient sound signal at intervals of not more than 2 minutes. Well, since my Iona is less than 12 meters length overall, I consider a bell to be an efficient sound signal should the horn fail. And the crazy thing is I have got so hot in the sun preparing all of those things with my life jacket on and my... I think it's time to take these off until we need to put them on. Not the life jacket, it should always... Useless if not worn. That's what we say about a life jacket. It's like, can you imagine falling in the sea, suddenly getting hit by the cold, not being able to take a deep breath and thinking, I wish that life jacket wasn't in the cupboard. So anyway, that's why we always wear them. But I am going to take off the coat. Woo! Much better, cooler now. Another reason we wear these all the time is because we've got these fancy tags which are connected to the tablet downstairs, which is always recording our GPS position. So if this tag goes too far away from the tablet, an alarm sounds, which alerts the other person that somebody might have fallen overboard. It also alerts them that they've just walked off down the pontoon and forgot to disconnect properly. But that will give an exact GPS position of where the person was, should I fall in the water or Nina fall in the water. And the other thing is, in here we've got AIS transponders with man overboard emergency code on them. So if somebody sees that pop up onto their AIS receiver, hopefully they too will come whizzing towards us to rescue us. So we're pretty much covered as best we can be.
In inshore waters, yeah.
In inshore waters, yeah. What do you reckon to this coast then?
This, I would say, is the most stunning we've seen actually. It's so untouched by man and woman.
Hey Nina, what's the name of these mountains just behind your head?
The Paps of Jura. And indeed they look like that.
And after all of that faffing around with radars and bells and blippers, look at the beautiful sunshine again. Quite happy about that. Look at these tiny little islands, just rocks sticking up out the water. They'll have you if you've not got your wits about you. So we're just coming around the south of Islay now. It could be Islay or Isla or Islay. I don't know how they pronounce it here yet. We're coming around the south and there's two routes you can do. One is amongst all of the rocks, which are over there behind you. And another one is just bypassing two of these small rocks. This is what we're doing now. I could have gone in between all of the rocks, but it looked like it might be a bit harder. Here's a fisher boat. He's just been laying out his crab pots. This is Kererra. It's a little island just outside of Port Ellen. It's not inhabited, but it's nice and green. I do believe, actually, I can see buildings on there, so maybe the people do live on it. And that area is Lefroig. I might have said that wrong, but that sounds like a whiskey to me. And so, as we turn towards Port Ellen, skillfully avoiding more low-lying rocks, we come to the close of this episode. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss the next episode. Please also like and share this video. That helps us take more folks on our journey around the UK with us. And if you fancy joining us a week early for every episode, then why not become a £1 tourist on Patreon, along with these kind folks. Thank you so much.